Hello there everyone and welcome back to Match Gathering Arena. Now, you might be saying to yourself, AbyssMan, this isn't this you usually have your deck pre-selected and ready for us. What are you doing here? And I have to say, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to do an episode of deck building with you. I'm going to have you go through my process of how I usually, deck build, just how I do things. And see if by talking through the process with you guys, that I somehow managed to create something of a good deck with the cards that I could have. So, the deck that I want to run is Vraska, Golgari Queen deck. And since I have two of her, I'm going to be using both. Despite the probably obviousness of the two when it's just like, it comes down to, stuff. So, Vraska's abilities are basically, by sacrificing a permanent, it can either be land, enchantments, or whatnot. I gain 1 life and draw a card. So -3 allows me to get rid of low-cost creatures as of converted and mana cost 3 or less. And finally, by using her ultimate, I get an emblem that if whenever a creature I control deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. It doesn't matter how much life they have, it doesn't matter at all. It's just like, once I deal combat damage, it's over. So, Vraska's ability will probably work best with like if I had cards that could make my creatures either unblockable or have trample or whatnot, but I hate to say this, but I don't really have those cards on. Don't have those cards in this game, unfortunately. So we'll have to make do with trying to use cards that will just simply get me to draw Vraska and simply utilize my graveyard to just kind of do graveyardy stuff. So I'm a bit tempted to put in Liliana, Untouched by Death. She's an interesting card in the fact that if I'm going to build a more zombie-like deck, then I can use her because I have like a ton of zombies on me. And not to mention I have a whole lot of graveyard synergy. Like I can use Gravewalker, I have Ludus Giant, I have a whole lot of creatures that I can use for this. I even have Open the Graves. That basically screams Liliana. But I don't think that is going to work, so the deck is probably going to be based around sacrificing my permanents so that way I can activate Vraska's ability or one of the other cards of my choice. So it's important to have like creatures that can do stuff after death, like reassembling skeleton can always come back after death. Personally, reassembling skeleton is probably my favorite card in this deck, just simply for the fact that it has so many uses in this deck. So, what I also want are creatures that will just simply stop my opponent from trying to do anything too big, they might have a 8/8 without trample. What I want to do in that case is have something that can deal with that 8/8, either through using a kill spell on it or having a creature with Death Touch. And that's where I have some Pitiless Gorgons, and I'm also tempted to take up Orkin Assassin for the fact that with her ability forcing all creatures able to block Orkin Assassin to do so, this can actually end up being quite deadly in the fact that if I have Vraska's ultimate going and I have an Orkin Assassin and another creature, then this can obviously be a pretty deadly combo. So I think I'm going to put two of her in. Alright, So we got some Death Touch to stop. Actually, hold on. I'm going to put in 2 dagger backs. Because there's this one card, it's basically a 2/2 first strike thing that forces. Actually, no, if it has first strikes, then why am I even bothering to put in dagger back? Actually, I'll take it anyways. You never know when you just simply need something to jump block real fast. Not to mention that touch is just simply so useful for a negation. Alright, we have 11 cards in our deck. I'd say it's going along pretty well. Let's have some Doom Knight Center so that way we can have some afterlife actions and we can have some more sacrifice-based synergy here. Let's see. 14 cards. Most of them are black, so let's take a look at the green side of things. I can put in Land Wall Elves so that way I can get some more green mana and be able to play my larger creatures, so let's put in 3 of those guys. Not to mention they can be cheap fodder, so that way once I get the undergrowth mechanic going for some of my other creatures, it can be quite intimidating. Let's also go with Highland Game. Highland Game is a 2/1, which can be very useful since it can block like something with 2 power like the Frenzied Raptor, which is like a 4/2. I don't think I'll be using Thorn Lieutenant as much as he looks like a good card. I don't think he's probably my cup of tea for this. Let's see, what else is there? I could try using Bristling Boar to try and force more blocks. Since he can only be blocked by 1 creature, which might end up being very useful later, but at the same time it's just like, he's only a 4/3, he can easily he can be blocked by creatures like Swift Warden or Thrashing Brontodon or heck, even the Burial Copy. So I'll hold off with Bristling Boar for now, sorry. I appear to have gotten hiccups. Let's see. I might take up Golgari Raiders, but nah. I might take up Affection Indrix just so the fact that I can make creatures fight against each other without using any card. That's actually pretty useful. And I'll also take Hatchery Spider, Hatchery Spider and Giant Spider, so that way I can have some anti-air defenses. Let's see, what else should I? Well, Earthstrial Trooper is an interesting card. I don't think I'll use it, so I think I'll probably go for a Charnel Troll instead. Now, Undercity Uprising. Now this card was a bit iffy for me at first, but now it's just like I can see its value. Oh, and I'm also going to be taking Izoni. Izoni's ability is just wonderful since by the time that she probably comes out, I'm going to have like 3 or 4 creatures in my graveyard, and it doesn't hurt to have like 3 or more chump blockers or 3 or more chump attackers, so I can get Vraska's ultimate off. So 27 cards. Alright, let's start looking at removal. So I'm going to take up 2 naturalizers because as much as they seem unimportant in this deck, I've been facing a whole lot of white black, and it also can help remove like cards like 1000-Year Storm. It's going to be very important if I can, and get rid of cards that will that can take away my troops or something. So I'll keep that in mind. So, oh, I can see the appeal to Gruesome Menagerie. I don't think I'll use it. Rise from the Grave is, I'll be taking that just in case I can manage to kill off a creature that I might beat their win condition. Attempt for removal. Blood Divination. Ooh, Chupacabra. So I'll just simply pick out some cards that might be very useful or for me, and then just like try and limit them down. Alright. I'm kind of tempted to take Rapid Bite since if I can get Undersitting Uprising going, and I can use Rapid Bite to force another fight with a creature that has Death Touch. But at the same time, I already have a lot of creatures with Death Touch. Actually, in that case, you know what? I'll take Rapid Bite. Okay, now I've clearly gone over the limit of cards I should have in my deck, so let's just start looking at what I have in my deck to try and see whether I should keep it in my deck or not, so that way I can make more room for mana. Hatchery Spider, I mean, if you look at it, it does have good qualities to it, but at the same time, it doesn't. So, it's just too expensive. It's just like, why am I ever going to use this? Affectionate Indrik? I mean, I've used it before in a Gruul deck, but that's Gruul. Gruul is basically made to be more aggressive and more powerful for that kind of stuff, so I don't think... I mean, with 6 mana, that cost that's a bit too big, so I'm going to take it down. Let's see. I gave rid of the Charnel Troll, but at the same time, it's just like, it seems like a good secret handicap ace. Just like, if I can't get Vraska, then I'll use Charnel Troll or something like that. Let's see. I might take out like one of Dicenta, Highland Game, and Llanowar, because it's just like, so if you already have 3 of those, it's just like, it wouldn't hurt to take off them. Okay, I mean, well, we've finally built the deck. Now it's time to start adding that. I mean, sure, it's just like I could have gotten rid of more. I could have added some artifacts to do stuff with, but it's just like, what am I going to be doing with this? Come on. So let's start looking at land. So I'll put in some Golgari Guild Gates. I'll also have Overgrown Tomb. I probably won't be using Foul Orchid, so let's start adding in Swamps and Forests. So hold on, let's take a look at... I mean, it's obvious that we have more things that require swamps, but at the same time we have... So, I think for now it will just be best if I went for a even split between swamp and forest, and later I can choose which one and I'll be using or not. Alright, and now finally, Golgari renewed. Alright, we have the deck complete. I'm glad that you guys sat through all that, if you did, or... Well, if you just simply skip to the part where I finally decide to play. Well, hi, welcome back. So, with Golgari renewed, let's see if we can pull out the W's. Come on, any day now. You can usually give me E rounds faster than this. I know this by now. Hey, there we go. Yes, I'm a very impatient man, in case you haven't guessed. Oof. Okay. We have Forest, and that's all we have. We have Land of Oils, Elves 4 to get us up to 3 mana, but we don't have Swamps. And Swamps are a pretty important part of this deck, so I think it might be wise if we mulligan down to 6. I mean, the worst case scenario is that we somehow manage to get an even worse hand, and with even less mana, but just... I mean, our mana curve is about 3 or 4. 3 or 4 mana, well, probably about 5 mana. Ah, there we go. Now that's better. We already have a good amount of mana with us, so we'll put the guild gate down at the bottom. So let's get the guild gate going. If she doesn't summon anything, I'll put down another guild gate. Blue and black, Demir. Alright. Okay. So I'll use Time and Game for this. If I'm lucky, I can probably use Rapid Bite. I too have Highland Game and kill Spybug. Oh, yummy. Well, there goes my murder. Pretty sure I shall get rid of my murder. Although she might also get rid of my Rapid Bites just so that way I can't play my Guild Gate right away. I wonder if she should simply taking the time to surveil now. No, probably not. Yeah, she got rid of murder. Okay, that's fine. I can put a Guild Gate. Guild Gate. Ow. So, Guild Gate, Bite, and then attack. Interesting. Are you mad screwed perhaps? It's just like, what do you... So you kept the card that was on top when you surveilled. Actually, you haven't been emailing yourself, so... It's an interesting choice, but... I'll put down back-to-back so you no longer know what's in my hand. So if you summon the grounder, I'll just start swinging in with Daggerback. Otherwise, actually no. Depending on what is the grounder, I'll keep swinging with both creatures, so that way I can. Okay. I don't really care at all if it's gonna fail. You know what? I'm going to bluff a little bit and let's say that I have Doomdice Sense. So by keeping 3 mana open, I can maybe bluff that I somehow draw another. So I'll use the full control option to try and bluff that I might have a spell on me, so hopefully it will work. Nice, managed to bluff that I had a spell. Oh! Hi. Well, that's not good. That is okay. Actually, no, that is not okay in its practice. What? Okay, I don't even care if I'm not bluffing anymore. I need to kill her now. At least reduce her life down so that she doesn't really try and spam her surveil. If I can get another rapid fire for other city upwards in this, I wouldn't be as worried, but the fact that I don't have either of those right now does make me worry. Alright, did I mention that she's all in the air here? Nothing I can really do about that. Yeah, that's fun. This is gonna hurt. She's not attacking? Okay, the fact that she isn't attacking does make me a bit nervous because she has a lot of open mana. So what does she have on her? Okay. I suppose that's logical. Get rid of the death touch. Perhaps I should have swung in with Dagger Back and Pitiless Gorgon. That way it kinda... I should have swung. I'm so stupid sometimes. I should have made her try and use the price for fame faster. Ooh, I do not want Diva Sanity's ability to go up, but at the same time, I know it's probably going to end up going off just that's because it's going to. So, I'm not going to be shy anymore with Pitiless Gorgon. Come on, block. You won't. Never mind. You don't have to. You have a murder. Well, that sucks. Okay, now I really need to get that, I don't know, Undercity Uprising, Rapid Bite. I mean, if I get Undercity Uprising, I can get rid of this Doom Booster. Oof. I am not good against facing blue black. Just too much control for my taste. I hope they don't take something that I swear it's probably going to end up being Vraska or Tony. Like both my Vraskas and my Tony, so that's gonna suck. Okay, well on the bright side what did she take? Oh. Okay. I was worried about that then. Ah, wonderful. And I should have done that on my turn. That was just the loose part on me. Oh, you have a counter spell. Oh.
I lead the Golgari now. Step aside or be crushed.
So I'll use Vraska's ability to get rid of the thief.
I wanted that taken out too.
Alright. Now there's a slight fact that she has my Highland game in the sprite and still that annoying Doom Whisperer. Yep. Bye, Vraska.
That got my attention.
Now is not the time for me to be drawing my forests. That is not good. Why does the me have to have so many flying cards? Now is not the time to screw me over with mana. Why am I getting mana screwed now? Well, actually, it's not mana screwing at this point, it's mana flooding. That's good. I mean, if I could get a murder or give me removal for that annoying whisper. Oh. Okay. Oh, but you have a counter spell. You definitely have. Oh. It's probably just Doom Whisper, just like, hey, you want to activate this when he activated this? Alright, you got me. Give me some luck here. Oh! Okay, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. If I can... It's obviously not going to happen, but... If I can live. Okay, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10. Damn it, I need a way to make Highland game not be able to block. Oh. Okay. I forgot that bit. How did it... Alright. Alright. Well, that's regrettable. Well, I hope you all enjoyed today's episode of Magic the Gathering Arena. I think this deck is going to... it has its troubles, but I'd say that it's going to work out sometimes. I mean, you can't have 100% good luck every time. It's not like we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or anything. Whew. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below saying, hey, what would you probably have done? Or what cards do you think would probably work? And finally, make sure to hit that subscribe button because it's you guys and gals that make this channel alive. See ya!